Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So I'm here with the finale video for the products that I wanted to use up in 2017. So at the beginning of 2017, I picked out 50 items. They were makeup, skincare, hair care, and body care that I wanted to use up during the year. And I've been doing quarterly updates sharing the products that I finished off. So I wanted to have the finale video. I did save everything. I thought having it all laid out would be a good way to do the finale video, just to kind of get a visual reference of everything that I used up. And yeah, I will go through all the different categories. So my first category is makeup. In this category, I had 25 things that I wanted to use up. I was able to finish up 19 of them, or 76%. So I wasn't entirely successful with this category, but I was able to use up a good amount of things. I have everything broken up by quarter, so this is what I used up in the first quarter. A few of the Fresh Sugar lip treatments, a Bite dual lipstick, and then a lip gloss from Bare Minerals. In the second quarter, this is what I used up: 2 primers, a Benefit Professional, the Cover FX Calming Primer, Makeup Forever Foundation, a Benefit brow gel, and then the Perversion Urban Decay Mascara. So that was second quarter. Third quarter, I used up 4 items: the Benefit Stay Flawless 15-hour primer, 2 more of the Fresh Sugar lip treatments, and a Tarte lip gloss. And then in fourth quarter, these are the items that I used up. These are all from my Project 10 pan currently, but I used up the Benefit Professional, the Bobbi Brown BB Cream SPF 35, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, the Josie Maran Argan Infinity Lip and Creamy Oil in Everlasting Honey, the NARS Smudge Proof Pro Prime Eyeshadow Base, and then the Buxom Fallen Lip Polish in the shade Argan. So those are the 19 products I used up, and then I have the 6 items that I wasn't able to use up during the year. I have the Josie Maran Coconut Water Cheek Gelée. This I will use next year. This will be in the products I want to use up for 2018. I have my little Mally eyeliner in the color Milk Chocolate, really close to using that up. The NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the shade Yogurt, also very close to using that up. I have my Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I just have a few uses left of this, so that should be finished very shortly. And then I had 2 palettes. I've kind of learned that panning palettes isn't really for me, so for next year, when I pick the products I want to use up for 2018, instead of doing palettes, I'm just going to pick individual shades. So I had this Too Faced Brow Envy. I did use up the setting wax, but I kind of was thinking at the beginning of the year, like, I might want to declutter this by the end of the year, but I kind of experimenting with my brows a little bit, so I do want to keep this. So I should have specifically picked something to use up from the palette versus the whole thing. And then my Naked palette. Now this, definitely in the beginning of the year, I was focusing on it a lot more. I did end up using up 4 of the shades. So I used up, there's a little bit of Virgin left and a little bit of Naked. I did use up both of those. And then I used up Sidecar, which was a lot of product left, or at the beginning there was a lot of product in Sidecar, but I did use up that. And I also used up Toasted. So that's definitely what I've learned to be more successful with this, is just target specific eyeshadows in a palette versus the whole palette. But that is the first category, the makeup category. Next I have skincare, and for skincare I had 15 items overall, and I was able to finish up all of them during the year, so really happy with that. So these are the first quarter stuff. I had an Origins clay mask, the Soy Face Cleanser, the Josie Maran Argan Oil, and a little size of the Drunk Elephant Hydra Intensive Hydration Gel. So if that's the first quarter. Second quarter, I also used up 4 things. I used up a little size of the Origins mask. This was a moisturizer. It's from, I think, a Korean skincare brand, and it's free, but I did use up that. Then I used up from Fresh the Lotus Youth Preserve. It's just like a moisturizer, face cream. And then I used up from Drunk Elephant the C Firma Day Serum. Then in the third quarter of the year, I used up 3 items. This is the Peter Lamas. It's like a exfoliating scrub. Then I used the Ren Wake Wonderful Nighttime Facial. And I also used up the Mario Badescu Drying Lotion. And then the last quarter of the year, I used up 4 additional items. So another item from Fresh, this is the Rose Face Mask. I did use that up. Then I used up the Boscia Luminizing Black Mask. I used up from Belief, this is the eye cream, I think the Moisturizing and Firming Eye Cream. And then from Dr. Jart, I used up the UV Sun Fluid, it's SPF 30. So overall, I had 15 skincare items. I was able to use them all up during the year. And I really like putting makeup in this project. I think it helps me get through my makeup and focus on it. But skincare is also good because I feel a lot of times skincare can kind of just sit there, especially if it's stuff like masks that you might not be using every day. So I do like putting more than just makeup in these sort of projects because it just helps me focus on that stuff and use it up. Next I had hair care. So for hair care, I had 8 items in total. I was able to use them all up during the year. So going by quarter, first quarter I had the Living Proof Dry Shampoo, the Perfect Hair Day Dry Shampoo. Second quarter I have the Brogio Rosario Milk, it's like a leave-in conditioner. And then the Frizz-Ease Hair Serum. Third quarter I had the Perfect Hair Day, a Living Proof Perfect Hair Day 5-in-1 Styling Treatment, and the Garnier Fructis Texture Tease. And then in the last quarter of the year, I used up the Garnier Fructis, it's like a leave-in conditioner, just a little travel size of it. Used up the Trush the May Heat Protectant, and then I finally used up the Frizz-Ease Moisture Barrier Firm Hold Hairspray. So super happy with that category. I was able to use up all of the items. And my last little small category was body care. I only had 2 things in this. I tend to go through my body care pretty consistently, so I didn't really put a lot of stuff into this category. But I did have 2 things. One was from they're both from Bath & Body Works, but this is from the aromatherapy line. It's the Stress Relief Eucalyptus Tea Sugar Scrub. I believe I used that up in the first quarter of the year, and then this I used up in the second quarter of the year. It's the Winter Wonder. It's like a body shimmer mousse. It was an interesting product, but I did use up everything from that category. So overall, I had 50 items, and I was able to finish up 44 of them during the year, or 88%. So I'm pretty happy with that. Then I had my samples. So I had a goal with the samples to use up 50 of them during the year. I actually was able to use up 78, so really happy with that. I think for next year, I definitely want to use up the samples that I have, but I don't think I want to keep them, so I might not incorporate that into my project. 'Cause, I mean, literally I just kept trash, so I'm so happy that I can finally get rid of these. But I was thinking I could separate them out by type, but you know, I didn't really want to do that. But I did separate out the perfumes just to see how many of those I used up. And my little perfume samples, I was able to use up 18 of them. So super happy with that. And then finally, I did have one final goal, and it was to use up all of my primer samples, like all my little foil primer samples, and then my like little deluxe sizes. And I was able to do that. I had 4 of the deluxe sizes, the Benefit Professional, the Cover FX, the little Benefit Professional, and then the Benefit Stay Flawless. So I was able to do that, and then I also had a handful of foil samples. I was able to use those up as well. At this point, though, I have purchased the Sephora Favorites like primer set. I bought it with the November Sephora sale, so I do now have more primer samples, but that's something I can focus on for 2018. But overall, I felt this went well. It's kind of interesting to have everything like this, so I can kind of see like what I'm able to use up in a year. Now, this isn't everything that I used up. It is stuff specifically for this project, but I have also been saving my like additional makeup empties, so I will have a video just showing my specific makeup empties, and that kind of just helps me, especially for planning for next year of what I think I'm going to be using up, and to just be more realistic when I'm purchasing makeup to make sure it's stuff that I'll be able to use up in a reasonable amount of time. So anyway, that is my finale for this project. I will be having I'm not sure when I'm going to have the kickoff for my next 2018, what I want to use up. I'm still trying to figure out the specific products, but that should be up, you know, shortly within January at some point. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and talk to you guys soon. Bye.